Hey guys, welcome to Feedback Friday, a weekly series where I answer the questions that you send me over Twitter. If you're not doing Twitter, you're missing out on YouTube drama and fun stuff. I also announce like PKA and when I'm going to stream video games and stuff like that. So if you're a Twitter user, I'm at WoodysGamertag. If not, whatever. Let's get the video started. Can you possibly cover the Machinima layoffs? Alright, so I'll warn you that I don't have any special insight. Like, they didn't call me and say, Woody, here's what we're doing, this is our plan. But I may know a little, I may know something that you don't, so I will try to help. Machinima's letting 23 people go. If you could talk, what would you say? Machinima's letting 23 people go, and they are hiring 15 new ones. So they're just kind of rebalancing a little bit. I think what's happening is they're focusing less on creating new content and focusing more on getting money out of the existing views that are brought into the network. So, if you don't know, Machinima has like 1 billion views a month off all the Machinima partners, right? Big guys like Syndicate and White Boy and maybe me, and I think do they have PewDiePie? I don't know, but they get 1 billion views a month off of all their partners. And then they also create more views based on the content that they make internally. And I think they're shifting away a little bit from their internal content and more towards getting the most they can out of all the Machinima partners, people like me. And I think that's a smart move for them. You'll have more long-lasting success if you just make money off whoever's hot at the moment than trying to be hot yourself. Anyone who's out there who's tried to start a YouTube channel knows that it's kind of a long shot, if you're hoping to be the next big guy. And but it's a sure thing if you just sign the next big guy and then put ads on his channel. So that's probably what they should be doing instead of making their own content, and it looks like that's what they're up to. Next question. How to unlock diamond camo? Well, that's a quick one, but I thought maybe you weren't the only one that didn't know. Here's the deal. You have to earn gold on every gun in a class or everything in a class. Like Assault Shield's not a gun. So let's say you wanted to get a gold SMG. I'm sorry, a diamond SMG. Once you get gold on every single one of them, then poof, you'll have diamond on every single one of them. It's easier to do on some of the classes like snipers and shotguns because they have fewer levels and there's fewer of them. Whereas something like an SMG or an assault rifle, there's so many of them and they're so time consuming to prestige up. You're going to spend more time getting those in diamond camo. But the short answer is, you have to get everything in that class in gold, and then you'll have everything in that class in diamond. If someone called your son the R word, what would you do? And does he get bullied at school? First of all, people do call him the R word. He's saying retarded. And it happens every day, probably 100 times a day. It'll probably be in the comments of this video just because I brought it up. And I don't care, right? It's just stupid trolls being stupid. It's no big deal. If someone who we met in real life were to say it, I think it'd bother me a little bit more, but I think it'd be more about what I think of that person than what I think of Colin, right? I know Colin, and if someone's going to give him a hard time, then that guy must have flawed judgment. That's the thing that goes through my head. That it doesn't bother me. It's no big deal. Oh, and by the way, he's not actually retarded. He has an issue with processing speech. Like when you say things, he doesn't necessarily understand what you're saying. His hearing is good, but he doesn't translate sounds into language very easily. But does he get bullied at school? No, he's homeschooled. He's homeschooled, so that doesn't happen. And it's interesting because I hear these things about kids being socially not adjusted properly because they're homeschooled, and I look at my own and think, well, what impact has it had on him? And really, for Colin, you know what it is? He's nice. He's really nice. School exposes you to horrors that thicken your skin. Like school, there's people who pick on you. There's people who are mean to you. That you have to adjust to live in this catty society. But Colin spends all his days and night just sort of soaking up love and attention and happiness, and that's the vibe that he gives back. So I do worry, what's going to happen when he starts existing in a world where people aren't as nice to him as the people that he's with now. But how has Colin been impacted by homeschooling? He's amazingly nice and sweet and kind. That's just how he's built. He doesn't have a mean bone in him. And he doesn't get bullied at school because he goes to school at home. Kill, Fornicate, marry. Wings of Redemption, Lefty, and Kyle. Well, I'm thinking about it. I think I'd marry Wings. You know, Wings is kind of loyal. He's a good provider. He takes that role really seriously. You know, if you're with Wings, you never go hungry, and I think he'd be a loving partner. And then it's just, you know, Kill and Fornicate, we'll say. I guess I'm gonna kill Lefty. And, you know, for no reason other than fuck Kyle. As a YouTube celeb, if you died, would it make the news? I don't think so. Not as a YouTube celeb. I mean, like, you know, local resident dies or something like that. Maybe if I did something really spectacular, like, you know, run my car off the top of a parking garage, then that would make the news. But, you know, as a YouTube celeb, like, some reason YouTube celebs don't get the same respect that other people do. And let's not talk about me and change it to, like, bigger celebs, you know, like FPS Russia, for example. If you look at the number of views on his video, you know, he's been viewed like 10 times more than the last Spider-Man movie, right? He's been viewed more than the movie Incredible Hulk or The Avengers, right? The Avengers was a big hit. FPS Russia has more views than the Avengers, but, you know, people who I don't think were particularly giant stars before that movie, like whoever that guy is that played the Hawkeye, or I don't know, you know, grab any of the stars from that thing, except for like the chick who's already big. You know, people who were in that movie, or heck, the guy from Spider-Man was really not known before he got that role, and I think he's considered a much bigger star than FPS Russia, even though he's been seen far fewer times. And, you know, I don't know that he gets recognized on the street all that much more than, you know, like FPS Russia does. But in the world, they consider the Spider-Man guy, I don't even know his name, to be a much bigger star than FPS Russia. I wonder if that will change someday. But as it sits, you know, YouTube stars are like this, you know, it doesn't matter how popular you are, how many people know you, or anything like that. It's either Hollywood or second class. That's the deal. So, you know, if I died, would I be recognized as some sort of celeb status thing? Nope, I don't think so. I don't think so, not at all. I'm getting a headshot from him. Woody, do you like the sound of your own voice? Not a hater. To me, you're right next to Morgan Freeman. Just like everybody else, my voice sounds better in my own head. And when I hear it recorded, I'm always a little bit disappointed. I get that a lot of people have positive feedback on my voice, and that makes me feel better about it. Like, you know, maybe you don't think you're pretty, but everyone else says you is. I don't know why I assumed you're a girl. But, yeah, the truth is, I'm just like everyone else. You know, I get good feedback on it, so that's cool. But to me, it doesn't sound awesome. Alright, 2 vids you don't want to miss, especially the left one, the best way to rank up. I've seen lots of videos on how to rank up on YouTube, and I think that I've nailed it better than the other guys. It's double XP weekend, so this, in concert with that, will be good advice. It's not just play the objective like I see everywhere else. And on the right, Jackie was in the hospital. I can talk about that. Oh, and by the way, movie night is canceled for tonight because Jackie's still not feeling up to it.